Hello friends, in this video I'm going to discuss Cauchy's first theorem on limits. First, the statement is if a sequence an converges to L, then the sequence xn where xn is equal to a1 plus a2 plus up to an divided by n also converges to L. If the sequence an converges to L or the limit an is equal to L, then the limit of a1 plus a2 plus up to an whole divided by n is also equal to n. This is Cauchy's first theorem on limits. Okay, now let us now prove this theorem. First, let Bn is equal to an minus L. Then limit n tending to infinity Bn is equal to limit n tending to infinity an minus L. Now limit n tending to infinity an is equal to L and limit n tending to infinity L. L is constant. It is equal to L only. That means it is equal to L minus L, that is 0. This means Bn tends to 0. Since limit Bn is equal to 0, so Bn tends to 0. Mark this as 1. Okay. Now from here, Bn is equal to An minus L. Now, since An is equal to, from here, An is equal to Bn plus L. Therefore, A1 is B1 plus L. A2 is B2 plus L. And so on. We have An is Bn plus L. Okay, now substituting all these values of a1, a2, an in xn. Okay, now we will substitute the values of a1, a2, an in xn. Then we will have, therefore, on substituting these values of ai's, we have, therefore, xn is equal to a1 plus a2 plus an divided by n is equal to, this is b1 plus L, b2 plus L up to bn plus L whole divided by n. That is b1 plus b2 up to bn plus n times L divided by n, or this can be written as b1 plus b2 up to bn divided by n plus L. Okay. Now we want to show xn tends to L. Now in order to show xn tends to L, it is enough to show this whole tends to 0. If we are able to prove that this tends to 0, then we can say xn tends to L. Clear? Therefore, writing this, in order to prove that xn tends to L, it is enough to prove that this b1 plus b2 plus bn divided by n tends to 0. Okay, in order to prove xn tends to L, we will prove that b1 plus b2 up to bn tends to, divided by n tends to 0. Okay, now mark this as 2. We are now going to prove 2. Okay, now from 1 was bn tends to 0. Okay, now using the definition of convergence, this means bn converges to 0. Using the definition, we get for any epsilon positive or for given epsilon positive, there exists a positive integer m such that mod bn minus 0 is less than epsilon by 2 for all n greater than or equal to m. This is the definition, that is mod bn is less than epsilon by 2 for all n greater than or equal to m. Okay, now mark this as 3. Okay, mod bn is less than epsilon by 2 for all n greater than or equal to m using the convergence. Now we know every convergent sequence is bounded. Now we are going to use the boundedness part. Now also the sequence bn tends to 0. This means the sequence bn is convergent. This means sequence bn is bounded as well. We have done this result. Every convergent sequence is bounded. Now, using the definition of boundedness implies there exists a real number, say capital M, such that mod Bn is less than M for all n. Mark this as 4. Okay. Clear? This inequality holds for every n, and we have two inequalities, third and fourth. First using the convergence part and second using the boundedness part. Okay. Now, we will now prove second. Second equation we want to prove, that is b1 plus b2 plus bn whole divided by n tends to 0. Now we will prove this convergence part. Okay. Now for this consider mod b1 plus b2 plus bn divided by n minus 0. Now this is equal to mod b1 plus b2 plus bn under mod sign divided by mod n. Now n is a natural number, therefore it is positive. So I can write it outside the mod sign, since n belongs to capital N, natural number, mod n is n only. So I can write like this. Clear? Now this is less than or equal to 1 upon n mod b1 plus mod b2 up to mod bn. Clear? Now this can also be further written as 1 by n mod b1 plus mod b2 plus mod bm plus mod bm plus 1 plus mod bm plus 2 up to mod bn. I can write like this. Okay, since here we are going to use two inequalities. First for these m terms and second for these n minus m terms. Okay, we are now going to use third and fourth inequality here. Third was, see here, third was mod bn is less than epsilon by 2 for all n greater than or equal to m. Okay, so this inequality we can use here bm plus 1, bm plus 2 up to bn, since this is mod bn is less than epsilon by 2 for all n greater than or equal to m. Okay, also using this fourth inequality, see here, fourth inequality, boundedness part, mod bn is less than m for all n. Okay, this inequality we are going to use in first m terms. In first m terms, we are going to use this boundedness part, and in the last n minus m terms, we are going to use the convergent part. Okay, equation 3 and 4. Inequality, sorry, 3 and 4. Okay, now this whole is less than 1 by n m plus m terms using the boundedness part in first m terms, and the next n minus m terms is less than epsilon by 2 plus epsilon by 2, epsilon by 2, and these are n minus m terms. Okay, using inequality third and fourth. Clear? Now this is equal to 1 upon n into m times capital M. These are m terms, plus these are n minus m terms, n minus m into epsilon by 2. Clear? Now this is m into capital M divided by n plus n minus m divided by n into epsilon by 2. Now this is equal to m into capital M divided by n plus 1 minus m by n epsilon by 2. Okay. Now m by n is a positive number. So a positive number is subtracted from 1. Therefore, this whole will be less than 1. So this is a positive quantity m by n, and positive quantity is subtracted from 1. Then the result will be less than 1. Okay. Therefore, I can write this is less than m into capital M divided by n plus 1 into epsilon by 2 or epsilon by 2. Since 1 minus m by n is less than 1. Clear? Now we are going to show this is less than epsilon by 2. We are going to find a condition when this term is less than epsilon by 2. Okay. Now m into capital M divided by n is less than epsilon by 2 if n divided by m into capital M is greater than 2 by epsilon. Okay, inequality will change. Now this is, that is, I will again write this, that is n by m into capital M is greater than 2 by epsilon. That is if n is greater than 2 into m into capital M divided by epsilon. Okay. Now, if p is a natural number greater than 2 into m into capital M divided by epsilon, and now for p this inequality holds, for p this inequality holds, this one, for p this inequality holds, and this holds for m, n greater than or equal to m, and this hold for n greater than or equal to p. Okay. If p is a natural number which is greater than 2 into m into capital M divided by epsilon, and q is maximum of m and this p, m and p. Okay, then we have b1 plus b2 plus bn divided by n minus 0 is less than epsilon by 2 plus epsilon by 2 for all n greater than or equal to q. Okay, let us see this again. This is, we have this this mod b1 plus b2 up to bn divided by n minus 0 is less than m into capital M divided by n plus epsilon by 2. Okay, we have this. Now this epsilon by 2 we have for all n greater than or equal to m. Okay, from here, from the convergence part, see here, this mod bn is less than epsilon by 2 for all n greater than or equal to m. Okay, so we have here, this part is for n greater than or equal to m. Now for this part we have here n divided by m into capital M is greater than 2 by epsilon, n is greater than 2 into m into capital M divided by epsilon, and p is a natural number which is greater than this. Okay, now this inequality holds for p and this inequality holds for m. Therefore, taking q to be maximum of m and p, then both inequalities will hold for n greater than or equal to q. Okay, so here we have epsilon by 2 plus epsilon by 2, which is epsilon. Clear? Now, this implies b1 plus b2 plus bn divided by n tends to 0. Therefore, from 2, we get xn tends to L. Clear? That is a1 plus a2 an divided by n tends to L. Hence proved. Clear? Hence proved. This is Cauchy's first theorem on limits. Clear? Now we have a remark. Now we will study the remark. Remark is the converse of above theorem is not always true. Is not always true. Means we may have a sequence. We may have a sequence an such that limit n tending to infinity an does not exist, but limit n tending to infinity a1 plus a2 plus an divided by n exists. Okay, this is the converse of Cauchy's first theorem on limits. Okay, we may have a sequence an such that limit an does not exist, but limit for this exists. Okay, for example, let an be equal to minus 1 power n. Okay, then we know limit n tending to infinity an does not exist. An is not convergent. Basically, it oscillates between minus 1 and 1. We have done this. Okay, then a1 plus a2 plus an divided by n is 0 if n is even, and it is minus 1 by n if n is odd. See here, if n is even, say if n is 2, then a1 plus a2 divided by 2 is equal to minus 1. a1 will be minus 1 plus 1 a2 divided by 2 is 0. Same way, if n is 4, then a1 plus a2 plus a3 plus a4 divided by 4 will be minus 1 plus 1 minus 1 plus 1 divided by 4, that is 0, and so on. Okay, if n is even, then this is equal to 0. And if n is odd, say n is 1, then a1 by 1 is minus 1 by 1. If n is 3, then a1 plus a2 plus a3 divided by 3 will be minus 1 plus 1 minus 1 divided by 3, that is minus 1 by 3. So if n is odd, this whole is equal to minus 1 by n, and so on. Okay, clear? Therefore, we have a1 plus a2 plus an divided by n is 0 if n is even, and it is minus 1 by n if n is odd. Okay, now this implies a1 plus a2 plus a3 plus an divided by n tends to 0 as n tends to infinity. If n is even, limit is 0. Now, if n is odd, then this is equal to minus 1 by n, and we know as n tends to 0, 1 by n tends to, as n tends to infinity, 1 by n tends to 0. Okay, as n tends to infinity, 1 by n tends to 0. If n is even, it is 0. So, limit is 0. And if n is odd, this whole is equal to minus 1 by n, and as n tends to infinity, 1 by n tends to 0. Therefore, limit is 0. Therefore, in any case, whether n is even or n is odd, this limit is equal to 0 or this term tends to 0. Clear? As n tends to infinity. But an is equal to minus 1 power n does not converge. Basically, it oscillates between minus 1 and 1. Clear? Therefore, converse is not true. Clear? Now that's it for this video. If you have any queries or any suggestions, please write to me in comment box. Thank you.